Okay, so here we are with our dash circle. We're going to add another circle underneath here. So you're going to two-finger click underneath the dash circle layer and do new shape layer. We're going to come up and go back to our circle tool, and we're going to draw a new circle inside our dash circle. And you can hold shift, the shift key down as you're dragging it out to make a perfect circle. And I'm going to go back to my selection tool because I kind of want to center it, right? So I can go back down to a line, center it, and if your align panel isn't here, go to Window, Align, and it should pop back down there. And then the next thing is I want to make sure that the anchor point, see, this is the anchor point, and we want to make sure that's in the middle. So we can't just drag it. You could use this tool to drag it in place, but it doesn't always work that great. So we're going to go to Layer, Transform, Center Anchor Point. And that should work. Does that look centered? Doesn't look centered, but okay, maybe it is. Okay, and we're going to rename this one. We're going to highlight Shape Layer 1, hit Enter, and we're going to name this Filled Circle. The other thing is we want this one to be a filled circle, and right now it is empty. So what we're going to do is click on the word fill again, choose the second option, which is solid color. But I want it to be the same color as this outside circle. So I'm going to click on the word, or I mean on the color, and then you can use this little eyedropper tool, and look at that. Bam, now it's the exact same shade as my outside circle. So, looking good. And the next thing we're going to do is go back to our dash circle, and we're going to animate that dotted line. So to do this, we're going to go to the Contents. We're going to highlight Ellipse 1. We are going to go over here to Add, and we're going to go to Trim Paths and click it. And you can see that added trim paths underneath Ellipse 1. We are going to drop that down, and you see Start and Offset. The first thing I want you to do is make sure your scrubber is at the beginning of your composition. And we're going to drag this end percentage down to 0. And turn on that layer, so the keyframe. So now we got to have a keyframe right there. So if I move it away, you can see there's a keyframe. If I click away, oh, our dash circle went away because that's what Trim Paths does. We are going to drag our scrubber until we go to the 20th frame. This will tell us over here. So we drag until this says 20. And now I'm going to change this to 100%. So I'm going to click and hit Enter. And now I'm going to drag it back to the beginning and press the space bar to play. And there's our trim paths. So that's the beginning of our animation. The next part of the animation, we're going to go back to our filled circle. And we want to scale this up. So I'm going to make sure I'm clicked on filled circle and tap S for scale. And I want this circle to come up about halfway when my dotted line's complete. So look, I'm at 10 frames, and I'm going to turn on the stopwatch for scale, but then change it down to 0%. Okay, so my circle is there, but it's scaled all the way down to 0. And then I want to complete the circle and scale it up to, whoops, going crazy there, going up to 100. So now, boom. Okay. We need to go back now to our repeaters that we added. So remember in the last layer, we have the Contents, Ellipse, I'm going to close this up. I'm going to go down to repeater 1, drop it down, and I want to go to transform repeater 1. I'm going to adjust this because of the way that this is recording. I can't get to it. Oh no, undo. Oh no. Okay, that's okay. Window, workspace, reset standard to save layout. So I might have, no, I got it on. Okay. So I'm coming back down to the repeater. There we go. All right, and then I need to make sure you're on the transform repeater. You are not on transform ellipse, you're on transform repeater. And we're going to scale it at 100%. So it's starting right here. So this scrubber has to be right when that circle ends. And then we're going to pull it out like another few frames, about this. And you're going to scale this up. Oh, there's my repeaters, until they are out of the frame. So now our animation, and then it explodes. So we are going to stop here. Make sure you save your work. And if you're happy with how this turned out, you can go on to the next tutorial.